Leeds United are set for another key departure, and it's one that could potentially rock the club, and we would need to act very quickly afterwards to fix it. This is today's Leeds United transfer news, and there is a hell of a lot of stuff to go through, but before we do, keep in mind that there's been reports that it's expected to be quiet today in terms of official announcements. Obviously, things are going on in the background, as you will be able to tell throughout the rest of this video, but we need to keep that in mind. Things aren't necessarily going to be announced today, but whilst there's still conversations happening, deals need to be forged. This is some idea of what it might shape out to be in the final days of the window. First up, Leeds could potentially lose Liam Cooper towards the end of this window. Now, the club captain has reportedly seen interest from Blackburn Rovers and plenty of other clubs throughout the Championship, League One, clubs that are offering him plenty of game time, and the source on this one is Graham Smith, who is Tier 1, even if you don't like him, so it's fairly reliable. This is potentially a problem if we don't make a deal. However, there have been conversations around the fact that we will potentially sign a centre-back. I'll get into that a little bit later. And we need to keep in mind that Liam Cooper has 6 months left on his contract anyway. No matter what, Liam Cooper is not going to be a long-term player for this club. Potentially, we could offer him a contract for an extended period after this. However, you've got to think financially, is it responsible to sign someone on an extended contract just for what is effectively sentiment purposes, considering the fact that he's not going to play much. He's not played much this season. The only minutes he's gotten are when Pascal Struijk is injured, and even then Ethan Ampadu's dropped in a little bit more often. There's a big question around whether or not Liam Cooper is a future player for this club. He's been fantastic in the past, and I love the fact that he's captained this side through some of the best seasons that it's had, especially considering the Bielsa era. But I'm not sure how I feel on a Cooper move. I feel like it would make sense to do something now because we won't get a fee for him in the summer because we're going to release him on a free. But at the same time, it feels like he deserves a proper goodbye. And in the article, Graham Smith pointed out that Cooper is likely to want to fight for his place at the club. And I completely respect that. That is the stance of a defender that you can back. Because if you want to fight for your place, it shows that you are dedicated to the club. And that was never anything that we could doubt about Liam Cooper. But in my opinion, there's a slight question over, is it worth it to get the money in now and potentially sign a replacement that we can use for years on end, or not? Ultimately, I think he deserves a proper farewell. If we were to sell him now, I'd want something testimonially, perhaps, or maybe just bring him back as we offered Luke Ayling to say a proper goodbye, but that can't always happen. In addition to that, we've got more rumours about incomings. A lot more fun news than selling Liam Cooper. The first one being a potential move for Joe Worrall. Nottingham Forest are apparently happy to get rid on a permanent deal, and they want £6 million for him, so it's something that is definitely within our transfer budget, with Sheffield United also interested. That would throw up a very, very big question for Joe Worrall. I'll get back to that in a second, but first I've got to say the source is Alan Nixon, Tier 2, fairly reliable, and especially for stuff around Nottingham Forest in my experience, but Sheffield United being interested makes it a bigger question. Makes it a question of, are we potentially able to sign him? Because there's a Premier League club there. We saw earlier on in the transfer window a couple of days ago, Japanese right-back chose Luton Town instead of Leeds United, even though Luton are likely to go down. There's a 100% guarantee of Premier League football if they were to choose Luton, or in this case, Sheffield United. It's something that we would need to sort of set out our stand for and say, this is the plan going forwards. If we don't go this season, this is the plan for next season, and really sort of make a pitch to them and say, this is what you get at Leeds United. Joe Worrall might also want some more minutes if he's making the move, because it's a big move to make. So it could be potentially, if Cooper goes out, then Worrall is a centre-back who could come in, and we could say, you will be fighting Pascal Struijk and Joe Rodon for this spot, but if we don't go up, we're not going to sign Rodon, because very expensive. So you'd be able to take that spot. If we do go up, that was a fun hiccup, then either way we're losing Liam Cooper, you'd become third choice. There's definitely a conversation to be had around Joe Worrall's role. We might even go to a 3 at the back because it looks like we do at times. It's a complex one, but it could potentially happen. In addition to that, he's played as a centre-back for Nottingham Forest, and he is their club captain. So he's someone that could fill in those leadership capabilities for Liam Cooper. And that whole 3-man backline thing is a potential thing. It's something that we do out of possession quite a bit anyway. Something we do in possession sometimes anyway, with Gruev and Ampadu dropping into the back 3. Out of possession, we do it less so. We play with a back 4, but there's nothing hugely stopping it from becoming a 5, or having Struijk or Rodon pull out to the side a little bit more with one of the fullbacks dropping in. In addition to that, I've heard, and this is something that you might not like the source on, that Connor Roberts is likely coming to Leeds United before the end of the window. The Burnley right back is now set for a move. Things have been a little bit quiet over the past few days, but what I've tended to notice is that when a player is linked absolutely everywhere at the start of the window, that tends to be because an agent is like, right, fine, I want a move. Let's ask Leeds. Let's ask Sheffield United. Let's ask Luton if they want him. And if they don't, fine. We'll just keep making more interest. But when there's something that's on the move, things go quiet. And no one's heard much on Connor Roberts for a while, but no one's also heard that we've been rejected for him. And the source on this one is someone that I honestly deeply trust. When I was writing stuff for Last Word on Sports, I got several exclusives from messages from this guy, and they absolutely banged. It's stuff like the Marsh sacking, getting Gracia in, Allardyce, all that sort of stuff. I was able to create articles on that before mostly anyone else had gotten anything. So I'm just going to trust it. But but Connor Roberts coming in, sorry, I'm just stumbling over my words a little bit. Connor Roberts coming in would be an absolute necessity for Leeds United because we are very, very weak at fullback. A dedicated right back at this point is a must. I would say the same for a dedicated left back. But I feel like we're a little bit stronger over there with Junior Fopa looking quite good and reliable, with Sam Byram playing over there as well. Right back is more of an issue because we don't have any dedicated right backs at the moment, especially if you're considering Byram as more of a left back this season. I don't think Byram has played like any minutes at right back this season so far, which is a bad thing because it means that we signed someone to play right back who is now a left back, and it's all very scrambled. And I think the January transfer window is a fantastic opportunity to get the squad a little bit more structured. Getting a right back does that, potentially getting a left back does that. I know some people still want us to sign a number 10. We've kept inquiring about attackers, but I don't know 100% if that's going to happen. But ultimately, let me know what you think. This is a huge few days for Leeds United, and also let me know what you think in a community poll that I've done on my channel. Basically, I'm asking how you want me to cover deadline day, because there are a few options I could do. I could take doing several videos. I could do a 6-hour deadline extravaganza stream, which would be great fun, or I can even try and do both. So just let me know what you guys want on there. But it's going to be a very, very busy few days for Leeds United at the moment. There is potentially a key departure coming with several players coming in. Again, don't expect any announcements today because things tend to kick up into insane gear on deadline day itself. And that's for a reason. That's because clubs sort of say, you know what, we'll play into the drama of it all. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Even nip to that poll that I mentioned. That'd be hugely appreciated so I know exactly what the plan is for deadline day. I'd love to do a really long stream because that sounds like great fun. I did it for the summer one on the other channel. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you later. I do always wonder if anyone sticks around to the end of the video, like commenty bits that I do, like this. If you did, comment the word rhubarb. Just confuse anyone checking out the comments. See you later.